High quality customer service and high profitability go hand in hand. So just recently, the British Customer Satisfaction Index 2021 has been published, and some of you may actually have seen that. And at first glance, it doesn't look much different to the one from the previous year. Yet, the overall customer satisfaction across the board, across the United Kingdom, has dropped by 0.1%. Doesn't sound much, right? But it's the lowest since 2015. So we all know that customer behavior changed hugely throughout the pandemic. The move to online shopping for literally everybody, the booking of doctor's appointments now online, banking online now used by all age groups. Remember, it only used to be kind of the younger population of the banking clients. And most customers have experienced financial challenges, which makes them shop around and think twice. How much should they pay? Where should they buy from? And not just the decline in finances is very evident when we receive a call in the contact center. Also, the impact of the pandemic on mental and physical well-being is much more palpable. So what does that mean for you and your organization? Firstly, you need to be smart and agile. You need to use the technology available to the absolute best you can. If you don't have the technology, there is no excuse anymore. Secondly, your customers and your employees, they crave human contact. So they want empathy, they want reassurance, and they're actually looking at you and think you will make it all okay for them. That's quite a lot of pressure when you think about it. And thirdly, this new environment is here to stay, and we all know that. So you need to move your organization forward in this environment. You can't ignore it. So for example, just recently there was a report published yet again from Virgin Media, who's leaving people hanging in the queue for 5, 6, 7 minutes. In fact, that's quite good considering to some water companies in the United Kingdom or utilities companies that leave their customers waiting for 40 minutes in the queue. Or let's talk about your frontline agents. They are shouted at by the customer that they really should be delighting with a service. And what about all these empty chairs? Your agents are being off with stress, your managerial team runs on their last leg, and your director is complaining about the high cost of absence and overtime. And what are you going to do about your revolving door in your recruitment process? You know that the staff turnover is on the up again. And therefore, it's really important that we look at this. And you're probably dreading these weekly conversations with your CEO, your CFO, or your COO, demanding that you go and save the costs in your customer service, that you go and make your customer experience better, that you have to get your KPIs right somehow. And honestly, I know it's also your bonus on the line, isn't it? A lot of us are getting bonus on the performance of our departments. So if they don't perform, my bonus isn't paid, my new car, my next holiday, or my children's music lessons, they're all on the line. And that is really a difficult position that we find ourselves in. It's then when we think, maybe I should just go and micromanage that ops team. They would do better. Or you wish that you could kick your recruitment team into shape so that they get and hire the right people. But of course, you would never say that publicly. And we all have been there, we know. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be that way. What if this beautiful AI solution you bought recently would do an excellent job in answering your customers' most frequently asked questions? What if your knowledge base in the cloud would be used regularly by your advisors, supporting that customer experience you want to give to your clients? And what if that fantastic recruitment campaign would give you the amazing employees you so desperately want to hire into your firm? And what if you could tell your director very, very confidently that your cost base is going down and your service delivery is improving? And of course, that would also mean that your family can go on holiday. Now, there are solutions, and I'm giving you 4 steps that you can take and implement immediately, and they will make a difference to your teams and to your service delivery. Firstly, go and harvest your low hanging fruit so that you can save costs and you create the budget you need for further investment. So let me give you an example. We have recently worked with a German IT client, helping them to harvest low-hanging fruit using the conversations that create results methodology. Now more than ever, people are really craving for good conversation, for a listening ear, and for true empathy. That's not to be mixed up with sympathy. We encouraged each manager, ops manager, and ops director to schedule 3 15-minute conversations with individuals of their staff instead of lengthy hours of one-on-ones that they never can deliver. And how this is done, you can find out if you go to podcast number 44, I think. Yeah, 44 of the Operational Excellence Show. You can hear it there. What this does, consistently, you are engaging, encouraging, moving your staff forward. And at the end of the day, intention and action create results. And that's the same for your frontline staff, your back office staff, you as a manager, you as a director. Intention and action create results. If you do that 3 times 15 minutes each day, which is 45 minutes really, which we can do, it makes a massive difference. Secondly, please go and see how you can empower your people to eliminate issues. While you might think that all the other departments are really causing the problem, right? It's the fulfillment center that makes mistakes, the delivery driver that's never on time. Well, if you speak with your frontline people, you will hear firsthand what happens there, but you can also influence the fixing of this problem. So let me tell you a story, and it's one that Dan recently shared on LinkedIn. Some of you may have seen it. Dan is also one of our speakers later, and it's probably quite familiar to many of us. As the story goes, here is Johnny. He stayed in an exclusive 5-star hotel, and he ordered room service, which also promptly arrived on a beautiful silver trolley. The little wheels of the trolley squealed very, very badly. Johnny commented on it, and the hotel manager promptly wrote to him and thanking him for mentioning the problem. And of course, he would get maintenance to look at it and fix the trolley at some point. Well, you might think that's excellent customer service. But what about that trolley being moved from the kitchen to the lift, from the lift to the 11th floor, along the corridor to the guest's room? Squealing little wheels. Why did not someone do something about it before the customer had to complain? So by that, that's what I mean. When you have issues that really can be resolved easily, just go and do it. Empower your people to go and do it. Thirdly, go and automate what you can. And we are not talking big money here just yet, really. I delivered a back office improvement plan for a bank. And the first thing I always ask when I go anywhere, is there anything we can automate? And it turns out their IVR had 7 options. Now, if you work in operations, you know that the basics often, very often get overlooked. Go and look at the basics. Record a new IVR. Put emphasis on a short and engaging tone of voice and eliminate these 5 options. Just be transparent and clear what you are doing. Or triage your customers. That's not new. We have done that 20 years ago, but it's still one of the very most effective ways to get rid of workload, of backlogs, of situations that need resolving. It's basically go back to the basics. And last but not least, go and think about what you can delegate. Now, I know delegation is not always on the forefront of our minds, but our employees, they really want to play their part. They want to help you out. They want to enhance their career, but you need to give them the opportunity. Well, how do I do that? Now, there's a very simple process you can use. We call it the power hour each day. At the end of the working day, you block out an hour and you do 3 things. You work down your emails, you tie up any loose ends, and you think about who could take something off your plate, and you schedule your 15-minute conversation in the morning with that individual. That frees you up. That gives your employee the recognition they crave, something extra to do, and it will make you much more effective and efficient. So, high quality customer service and high profitability go hand in hand. And it's really the only way to be the outstanding market leader. There's no other way. They have to be there first and foremost. Thank you.